Welcome to another series of our bariatric cooking classes. Today we'll be making a classic Chinese chicken stir fry using traditional ingredients. It's super easy. Let me show you how it's done. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna slice our chicken. I have one chicken breast. This one's about 11 ounces. So we're gonna cut it in really thin slices. If the chicken is a little frozen, which this one is not, it's easier to cut the thin slices. So just a note that if you have some frozen chicken, before it's completely thawed out, that would be a good opportunity for you to slice the chicken. Okay, chicken's all cut up. We're gonna place it in a bowl and set aside. Now we're gonna make the marinade for the chicken. Now we're gonna make the marinade for the chicken and sauce for the dish. You start with 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, half a teaspoon of sesame seed oil, half a teaspoon of stevia, 2 tablespoons of Chinese cooking wine or rice wine, also called mirin, 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce, and this is exactly how it sounds like. It's a sauce that uses oyster extract, and it's not gonna make your dish taste like oyster, but it gives the recipe a very deep flavor that really, I mean, it's a party in the mouth. It's delicious. And a dash of pepper. We're gonna mix this slightly to incorporate all the ingredients. And we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of this to our chicken. That's gonna be the marinade, and the rest is reserved for the sauce for the rest of the dish. I'm gonna incorporate this. Now we're gonna add 1/3 cup of water to the remaining sauce. The chicken must be set aside for 15 minutes. Now we're gonna mix 2 tablespoons of water with 1 tablespoon of cornstarch to create a slurry. This is what we're gonna use to thicken the sauce. We wanna have this ready to go before we start cooking all the ingredients on our skillet and set aside. Next, I'm gonna show you how I cut the carrots. You'll need 1 small carrot, and we're gonna cut into diagonal sections like this. Let me show you how I did that. So I took the carrot, this is the other half, and slice it in half lengthwise, like that. And then put it flat facing down, the flat part facing down, and then just cut in a diagonal. Cut it in thin slices. You're also gonna need for the stir fry bok choy. Let me show you how I sliced that. I bought a whole bok choy, but I'm using about half of it for this recipe. And first what I did was cut off this tip right here and then cut it lengthwise, like that. The stem part, just cut it into thin slices. This is the version of cabbage, Chinese cabbage. And so the rest of the bok choy that you don't use, you can use as you would cabbage. Once you get to the leafy part, you can cut it a little bit thicker. And that's it. And then the other ingredients are half of a red pepper sliced thinly, half of an onion sliced thinly, 2 stalks of scallion, which I cut in about 1.5-inch pieces, and fresh cilantro for garnish. So traditionally stir fry you do on a wok. I don't own one, so I have my large skillet set to medium high. And I'm gonna heat up 2 tablespoons of canola oil, just any oil that doesn't have a flavor. The purpose of this oil is just for us to cook the ingredients, not to add flavor. I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of ground garlic, which is the same as 1 garlic clove. I'm gonna break that apart. Just cook it for about 30 seconds. You gotta keep a close eye on garlic because it'll burn on you really easily. The onion. This will cook for about 1 minute. You wanna keep stirring it all the time so that the garlic doesn't burn. Once the onion starts getting a little bit transparent, that's when you can go to the next step, which is about 1 minute. Here's the chicken with the marinade. And we're gonna cook this until the chicken gets a little bit opaque, but not cooked fully through. Okay, as you can see, the chicken is not cooked fully through, but it's pretty opaque. So now we're ready to move to the next step. I'm gonna add the carrots and the bell pepper. Cook this for a few seconds. Okay, now we're gonna add the sauce. And we're gonna add the cornstarch mixture. It settles a little bit on the bottom, but just give it a quick stir and it'll incorporate all together. Add that. That'll help thicken the sauce. Now we're gonna add the bok choy. If you've never eaten this vegetable, I bet it's gonna be your new favorite one. And the scallions. And we're gonna cook this until the sauce is fully thickened. And we just have to make sure, of course, that the chicken is cooked fully through, so until it's completely opaque. All right, chicken is fully cooked, sauce is thickened, so I'm going to turn off the stove and remove this from the heat. All right, so to plate, we're gonna place some here on our little dish. And we're gonna garnish with our cilantro, which is also gonna give it incredible taste. I hope you enjoy this simple yet delicious recipe. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.